Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Brothers in Arms. Hi, good to
Hello.
see you.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. This is episode number 58 as it hits the airwaves this week. We are a day early because life happens. And as life happens, guess what, folks? We've got to shift and make room. So here we are, shifty as all get out. But here we are
Shifty
making
duty.
we're making room for life to happen, and well, I'm glad we have. So, gentlemen, very good to see you. How are you doing?
It's been good. It's been an interesting week here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the weather has been unique to say the least.
Yeah. So weather kept me from making a trip I was supposed to make this
Mm.
weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we'll get into that in just a little bit. But yeah, weather's been kind of garbage. Carrie made my wife Carrie, she made the comment while we were driving in the car to work this week that we've gone probably the last month with some semblance of snow on the ground. And Greg, from your last what 3-4 years experience and up in the Great White North, you've probably gone whole seasons with snow always on the ground.
Yes.
But it's a new thing for us. Got the fork truck, not the fork truck, got the snowplow fix this week, and that was a huge
Yay.
plus. And I got to drive it, and story coming from that later on. But yeah, fantastic, fantastic season of snow and greatness over here in wild, wonderful West Virginia. But you guys are pretty much close enough to have the same weather, though. How's is
Nope.
it? No.
I have not had any snow.
Well, yeah, you can take that snow and uh not shovel it, I guess. So,
Yep.
yeah.
We've got snow here. We got it. We got the white stuff falling from the sky this week. Um wasn't enough to really caused some delays. There was a couple days I went to work late. But nothing where it like completely shut the day down.
Hmm.
But the fun part was, so it snowed Friday. We got snow on, yeah, or Thursday. Thursday, Friday, we got snow. And then the snow decided to, we got a good 2 inches. I was impressed. It's like, okay,
All right.
this is nice. But what was crazy about it is since I've been here, we've been getting, it would snow and then it would immediately warm up within a day or two. So the snow would be gone within, 24, 48 hours. Even a decent amount of we got a good 3 or 4 inches, what, 2 weeks ago, and it was gone like that. It did not last. This one, it stayed cold, so it stuck around for an extra day, and then we got an ice storm. So yeah, so I
Yikes.
I went outside here before we started this little podcast. I just want to see what it looked like, and my truck is covered in a nice layer of ice, probably a good quarter of an inch thick. I would say there's a quarter of an inch of ice covering
Of
everything right
ice.
now. Yep.
Gross, man.
So if my power gets knocked out, you know why?
Noted. Okay.
But but yeah, I'm kind of happy you didn't come down, PT. It would have been dangerous. It's if it's this bad here in Fredericksburg, I can only imagine what it's like out towards camp
Yeah,
because
no.
they're farther west of us.
Yeah, we were supposed to get that same stuff last night and this morning. Yeah, and somehow we were just north enough to miss it. And so I'm extremely grateful for that. But we're still in the path for what's coming tomorrow and Monday. So we shall see what the goodness brings. But yeah. So Alex, all you've gotten is rain?
Just rain, man.
Man, lucky ducky.
It's been kind of nice.
Yeah. So I mentioned earlier that we got the snowplow fixed, and I sent you all a message to let you know what was up. But so to make a long story short, after I tore the whole thing apart, looking for all the fuses, following the exact thing that you guys suggested, checked all the fuses, and they were beautiful. They were great. They might have been a little mucky from stuff around the area, but then after I got them all figured out, I was like, okay, so what is next? And gentlemen, typically, one of the first things I should have checked was the power source. And come to find out, this fantastic snowplow did not have a solid connection to the battery.
Hmm.
So, snowplow is up and running again, thank God. And I got to operate it a couple of times this week because we've had, on average, every other day we've had about 2.5 to 3 inches of snow dropped, and I've got a lot of parking lot, and I've got a thrift store and administrative building and social services and all that fun jazz. So we got to make sure that we're safe on campus with our vehicles and with walking across. And so uh, Thursday rolled around. Was it Thursday? It was. It was Thursday rolled around. We got a really nice dusting of about 2.5 inches, and I got to the core in time to get in the truck and fire it up and start plowing. Well, gentlemen, the average temperature that day was around 26, 27.
Nice.
And I was trying to get information and share information with people that were outside shoveling while I was using not the fork truck, the snow plow. And I had the heat blowing really hard on the windshield. And I turned to look at one of my guys and say something to him, and I heard it click. And I knew what it sounded like because I've heard it before. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So I turned and looked at the windshield, and sure enough, from the beginning of one wiper blade to the end of the other wiper blade was a hairline fracture all the way across the windshield. And I'm thinking to myself, you've got to be kidding me. Oh man. So back the story up just a hair. My maintenance guy came out with the keys and a shovel in his hand. He said, "Well," I said, "I'm here to work. What do you want me to do?" He said, "Well, I've got all these things I got to do." I said, "What do you need me to do?" He said, "Well, here are the keys to the truck. Go ahead and get started." I said, "Well, I promise I won't try and break anything." So at the end of the day, I have to tell him, I didn't try, but I successfully broke the windshield. So yeah, high five and a handshake, and yeah, great job, Major. You really blew it this time. But yeah, we're supposed to get a new windshield sometime on Monday. If the snow and ice doesn't come again. So because that Safe Light Auto Repair windshield guys, they do most of the work outside, and yeah, you don't want to change a windshield in this weather right now. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. So yeah,
Well,
good
it's
times.
cracked. It's cracked. At least it's not broken.
Yeah. At
It-
least it's not broken. It doesn't cracked and broken. Aren't they the exact same
no,
thing?
no. There's a difference between broken and cracked.
There's a possibility they could seal it if it's broken or if it's
Oh,
cracked. If it's
okay.
broken, you get a new windshield.
Well,
Broke means I can put my finger through it.
I couldn't feel it on the outside. Like I couldn't feel the fracture on the outside, but on the inside you could definitely feel it. So I don't know. Maybe what happened was, see, what happened
You
was
see, what happened was
I made it too hot on the inside. It was cold on the outside, and that must have caught a gust of cold wind that came in and just
snap.
Made it worse? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. But I did it.
Yay!
I didn't mean to.
We did
Good
it.
job. Good job, Major.
Yeah, I blew it.
Just breaking stuff.
We did it. We did it. Yay! I can't get into the Spanish of that because I don't know it well enough.
See.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. See. Oh gosh.
It's back.
Yep.
You know, it's funny because we went there about this time.
Wait, where did we go again?
We went to Arizona. We went to
Here's
Phoenix.
Arizona.
You know what? I didn't go on that trip.
What were you doing that you didn't go on that trip?
I was involved with. I think it was a weekend that I had to be. It was during February, so it wasn't a bowl game. It had something to do with the University of Louisville because it was during my freshman year there.
Oh,
Huh.
But yeah,
I
I did not go on that trip.
just remember that trip so well for how poorly planned it was.
Wow. Wow.
What? You think I'm kidding? So they made this itinerary, and did you? I mean, you know all the stories for this one, right, PT?
No.
All right. So this is when a certain individual was still the music director there in KT,
Right.
and we had gone. They made this trip to Phoenix. We got out there and they had put this itinerary together. Oh, we're gonna go here. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go do this. The first one that really sticks in my head. So they had made this plan. We were going to go to a water park. I mean, we're in Phoenix in winter months.
Right.
Which it's 90 degrees in Phoenix in the middle of winter because you're in the middle of the desert. But the water park is still seasonal. They close during the winter months. It might be hot as all get out, but they're still closed.
Nice.
So we get there. It was one of the first things, like, hey, we're supposed to have this awesome trip. Like, we're gonna go to the water park. Oh, the water park's closed. So that got shot down. Then the second one that sticks in my head, and the one Alex remembers, I know you remember this one. We went to the Grand Canyon.
It was snowing.
Yeah.
So this is where this gets interesting. We left early that morning because to get from Phoenix to Flagstaff, it's a couple hours drive. You got to drive a couple
Sure.
hours north to get
Sure.
up to where the Grand Canyon. And when that night they had a concert at the KOA there in Flagstaff that I don't think we were playing in it. I think someone else was playing it, but we were there to go to. We did. We played that night, but we were supposed to go up. Well, we left Phoenix that morning. It's 85 degrees at 5 o'clock. They didn't tell us anything. No one planned for anything. This is, no one checked the weather. No one knew to. So we're all in shorts in our trip, Visual Youth Band t-shirts, short sleeve collared shirts, shorts. I think a few of us wore pants, but for the most part, everyone was in some sort of like comfortable pair of shorts. And we get to the lip of the Grand Canyon, and this is again learning experience. The lip of the Grand Canyon is like 5,000 feet above sea level. It's a little bit higher than the desert that is Phoenix. So we got off the bus. It's overcast. It's windy. It's probably about 40 degrees, maybe a little bit less. And they're like, hey, welcome to the Grand Canyon. Like, you're going to go see it. And we're freezing our butts off. Most of us beeline. Dad took Alex and I. We went straight to the gift shop and bought a hoodie. So at least we had something somewhat warm to wear. And then sure enough, we had the concert and we left. We get out of the core there in Flagstaff. It's snowing at the core in Flagstaff.
Wow.
And it snowed most of the way back to Phoenix. And of course, by the time we got into Phoenix late that night, it was, 85, 90 degrees again. But
Yeah.
it was interesting to say the least. So,
Well, when we came out to see you all in San Diego that one time and drove,
mhm.
and it took us, we took our time. So we stopped in Flagstaff to see the Grand Canyon, but
Yep.
our whole trip across the states, we stopped at KOAs, and so we slept either in one of their cabins or 2 nights. I remember specifically 2 nights we did tents. And the first night we slept in our own tent and we put it up in the dark and slept in it, then got up as it was still dark, packed it all back into the car and continued driving on our merry way. That was the day we saw the arch. But anyways, in Flagstaff, we thought it'd be a really cool idea to rent one of their teepees. And so the KOA offers, the KOA offers these teepees that you can rent, and they're probably, I'm looking up, like that's going to help me. They're probably 15 feet tall, so pretty tall, and the circumference of the floor is probably about 20 feet.
That's
So
a
20,
decent
it was a decent, yeah, absolutely. Well, when you get in there is it's kind of, there's a little bit of a raised platform, but if you get down onto the platform and you look parallel to the floor, you can almost see like outside. Like there's daylight at the circumference of this teepee.
Mhm.
And we're thinking to ourselves, okay, this is going to be interesting. So we had blow up mattresses and we kept them all to the center of the teepee because it was warmer in that section. You didn't get too much of a draft and whatnot. And we all laid kind of with our heads in the center together, kind of like the spokes of a wheel. And about 3 o'clock in the morning, we woke up and all of us are just so cold, and all of the air had gone out of our blow up mattresses. We were laying on the ground and the temperature had dropped from like 58, 60 to 32. And this is in Flagstaff, Arizona, and we're just like, what is this? Why is it so stinking cold? And yeah, we went up, we got up that next morning, uh packed up our things, drove to the Grand Canyon, and experienced a really nice day there. It was cold, it was very cold, but we also were kind of prepared weather wise. We were just not prepared for that night. um but yeah, I so we've been to the Grand Canyon, just not on the trip you guys are talking. So
Mm.
I'm a TP. I'm a wigwam. I'm a TP. I'm a wigwam.
Calm down, man. You're too tense.
Yes.
Yeah, I experienced two extremes that weekend. It was snowing one day, and then the next day I was sitting behind the kit and literally my shoes were melting.
What?
I had to get new uniform shoes after that trip.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, because you had the heat from on top, and then you had the heat from underneath because I have my feet on steel essentially.
Oh
So
my goodness.
it was bad.
Yeah.
And that's Caroline. She has to say goodnight to the fishies. That's what she
Oh
does
yeah,
every
baby
night.
girl, gotta talk to this fish.
So
She obviously loves her fish.
yeah, you might actually get to see her hug them because she normally does that.
Did you get your 75 gallon set up?
It is. I got the final two things in there, so it's ready.
Nice.
I got
Very
an,
cool.
I got an air stone that is Baby Groot, And I got another sponge filter over in the corner to help with the canister filter. And those are both powered by an air pump that's for 243 gallons.
Yikes.
Yeah. So Groot pushes out some serious air.
Groot pushes out air.
It's bad, but great. So, yeah. Yeah, and she fell. So, yeah. She has to go and find all of the fish. So there's two that she likes. She likes the plecos. So she likes Dobby and she likes Creature. So
Those are the bottom feeders, right?
yeah, the ones that suck on the glass. They're known as
Right.
plecostomus.
One more time. Postumus?
Plecostomus.
Pocostumus.
Plecostomus.
Plecostumus. Spell it for me. Gotta
Bless
spell it
both.
for me.
Yeah,
Bless both.
they're plecos. Pleco.
Got it.
Yeah. So, and if she can't see him, she'll do one of these numbers. So then Liz will be like, "No, he's behind the bubbles," and she goes, "There it is."
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yep. So this is our going to bed routine.
Well, of course.
I like it.
It brings joy, man. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Yeah. So it's one of the other reasons why we want to move the ones downstairs, so that the joy extends throughout the day. And why I want to get a figure 8 puffer. Name him Jeffrey. Feed him snails.
Why Jeffrey?
They all look like a Jeffrey to me.
It's a good name.
Jeffrey. I was between that and Chad. Yeah. Oh, incoming.
Hi.
Want to say hi?
Hey, baby.
Say hi.
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 Say hi. Nope, she's just going to wave.
That's fine.
You can say it. Say hi. There we go.
Awesome.
Yeah? Alright. Big hugs. Thank you.
Give Dad the head donks.
Love you, sweetheart. No, yeah.
Donk.
Oh.
You're welcome.
Please let me smash your chin in while I'm at it.
That's right. A nice sweet girl.
Good night.
She says bye.
Awesome.
Alright. Love you. Whee!
Bye. Good night. Good night.
She's still waving.
Yep, the entire way out.
Oh, I love it.
That was adorable.
Yeah, she'll come and she'll wave at the fish, tell the fish hi. She's gotten into this habit of, she shows affection by slamming her head into you.
Mm.
But she's gotten into this habit of going up to the fish tanks and headbutting the fish tanks.
Oh man.
Yeah. So if we're all sitting up here, we're relaxing, and we got bubble guppies up on the TV for her, and playing some WoW or something. You just turn around, if you hear thunk, and you look back, and there she is, just hi fish, thunk.
I love you enough for a concussion.
Yeah. Trying to break her of that one because it scares the fish too.
Yeah, well, I understand that.
Boy, I see you got when'd you get the fridge in there?
Oh, nice of you to notice.
Yeah.
That was here yesterday when I got home from duty. So since I have duty tomorrow, and obviously tomorrow's Valentine's Day, so if you have
Wait, what?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah. Monday's President's Day, so, But anyway,
you guys off that day?
maybe.
Yes.
Maybe yes. Okay, got it.
Yeah. They were supposed to figure that out on Friday. They didn't tell anybody. So
Of course not.
I'm either staying after I get off of duty tomorrow on Monday, or I'm going home. One of the two. We'll figure it out.
I just go home.
I got work.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. But anyway, so because Valentine's Day is on Sunday, and I won't be here, I made it a point to try and get something delivered for Liz while I was on duty on Thursday. So I got everything set up on Wednesday and had the delivery out. And I asked her, I said, hey, are you going to be around today, or do you have like errands or something? And she said, well, no, I'll probably be around. I got some stuff I want to do around the house. I said, cool. I have a package coming on Thursday. If you don't mind just watching out for it. It's kind of important. I don't want someone to steal it off the porch or something. And yeah, had a bouquet delivered that she pretty much had no idea was coming, so that was kind of nice.
Good job.
Thank you.
Romeo.
I try.
Romeo.
But with all of that, she was like, oh, well, we'd been talking about getting, a mini fridge up here pretty much since we got the house. And when I came home from duty yesterday, she had gotten it Thursday night and then got it all set up. So, yes.
Nicely done.
And it has beer.
Well, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
It's perfect.
It works.
Oh, man.
I wouldn't complain.
I am definitely not. It's amazing. Yeah. So, and then you can see Mad Eye's like moving around. He's right there. So,
Where
You
your
know, if
finger
I-
is?
yeah, he's over there in the corner right there.
Oh, there it is. I got you.
Yep.
So he's still in quarantine then, huh?
Yeah, he probably will be for the rest of this week.
Hmm.
I don't want to introduce something bad to the other tank right before I move them all downstairs.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not kill those.
Mm-mm.
Well, they've been doing so good. Like, they've been getting bigger. I haven't had any issues with them. They eat just fine. All the guys that are in there clean the tank really well. So I haven't had any issues with them, which has been fantastic.
Sure, absolutely.
The little small tank has difficulties with levels sometimes. So whenever you have fish, there's two things you really have to worry about. They're nitrites and nitrates.
Traits and trites.
Traits and trites.
Traits and trites.
Right.
Traits and trites.
They're both byproducts of having fish in water. One is from they breathe oxygen kind of just like we do. It's just filtered through water, and then the excess that comes out is your nitrates or your nitrites. Excuse me. Your nitrates are the things that their poop breaks down into. So if you have difficulties, usually it's one of those two things. Plus
They're breathing too much or they're pooping too much.
Exactly.
Huh.
So both of those things should be taken care of by the filter, which I have hang-on back filters on both of those. But in the corner of each tank is a sponge filter, which basically is like air operated, essentially. You put air through it, and then it creates like a vacuum in there, and it sucks the water through the sponge. And then the sponge catches all the bad stuff and then expels the excess water and air through the top of it. So it's kind of neat. But those things are both set up to help keep those levels down, plus all the other bad things that could end up in there. the small tank has a problem with it. You're going to find problems in a small tank a lot quicker than you're going to find them in like the 29 or the 75 because there's a lot more water that has to go through it.
Sure.
So, unfortunately, with the small tank, I have difficulties keeping levels correct. Mainly because I had all 4 of those guys in there for a long time, and the filter got overpowered.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
So,
Overloaded.
Yeah. So that's why there's that in there as well too.
Legit.
Nice.
Yeah. But I'm gonna turn this one into a brackish water tank whenever I get these guys out and downstairs.
How do you turn it brackish?
I'm gonna put a little bit of salt in it. Alright, so a saltwater tank, your salinity level, and your chlorine, well, basically your salinity level, has to be a lot higher.
Okay.
This is half of what I do at work. Okay. So
You
We're
make
getting
brackish
we're
water?
getting a little bit of the nuke nerd in him.
I thought you were an electrician, not a water technician.
I am, but I'm also not.
Okay. All right. Hydrate.
Hydrate.
I'm not gonna lie, I did laugh because what Alex pulled out to drink because
Uh-oh.
yeah,
Same thing.
that's what I thought. Well, same company,
Same
same
company.
brewery.
Gotcha.
It's a Virginia native type thing.
I would laugh. I would laugh if it's the same bottle. That'd be really funny.
It's not.
Which one is it?
Liz bought it, so it's a Vienna lager.
Oh, yeah, no, this is the hazy.
I know. I know.
Very well then.
Very well.
But so you turn, so you're gonna turn
Yeah.
your fish tank partially brackish.
No, I'm gonna turn it brackish. You try and keep salinity around 1, right? So I think the exact number I'm shooting for is like 1.00835, something like that.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
very specific.
I
Yeah.
got it.
For a
'Cause
good time.
The puffers are they're brackish, right?
I can't help myself. Sorry.
That's all right. So I'm gonna get him in there, and he's gonna be brackish. But they're real jerks to any other fish once they get like full grown. So he's pretty much gonna live in there by himself. And then I'm gonna put all the snails in that tank, and I'm gonna breed snails so I can feed them.
Snakes on a plane.
Snails in a tank.
Snails on a tank.
Snails in a tank.
And the one looks at the other and goes, "Do you know how to drive this thing?"
No. Do you?
The other one goes, talking goldfish.
Awesome. Well, I pray your tanks are brackishly brackish.
Just the one.
Just the one. You got it. Just the one.
And then I'll send you guys a picture later. So I think I told you when we weren't recording. But I have Baby Groot is one of my air stones down at the big tank.
Right. You said that during this show.
I did?
Yes,
I'm
you
excited about him, okay?
did.
I am very excited about him.
As you should.
Mm-hmm.
You are fine. Yeah, send us pictures.
I will.
I want to see it. That'd be neat.
He's up in the front. So you can see him.
So last week, Greg asked us the question about if we could, what's our favorite food, right? Give or
Yeah,
take.
comfort food.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, comfort food, right. Sure. And all 3 of us grew up with a very intentional set of rules and responsibilities to raise within us a sense of understanding what it is to be a man and to be a respectable man, to be one that just to put it in these words, that people would know us by our character and would recognize that. And something that popped up into my head last week that I wanted to talk about this week, and this kind of ties into my question, was the saying "manners maketh the man." You've heard that before?
From the Kingsman.
There you go. Manners maketh the man. So, gentlemen, my question to you this week is this, since it's my turn. Um, what, in your opinion, besides manners, because we all have them, thanks, mom and dad,
Amen.
what what in you, what makes the man in you? So manners maketh the man. So what's your mantra? What is it that sets you, and this isn't any kind of, ladies and gentlemen, please don't take it any other way. This isn't gender bashing. This isn't anything along those lines. This is what we expect of ourselves in order to be the men that we are called to be. So, gentlemen, my question to you is, what is it that makes you who you are?
I know exactly where to go with this one, and I'll keep. There's more than just manners. There's a you can think of a couple different things, but the one that pops into my head immediately, um, and it comes back to. I hate this because I was trying to get away from it, but 3 years on recruiting duty, it really made a huge difference. Um, Honesty.
Mm, yeah.
Um, it's not just about being professional and being, you know, having the manners. He summons the cat. It's not just those the manners that come into play. It's um I think we've said this before, your word is your bond.
Right.
That being honest with other people, and then also being honest with yourself. Um, you know, whether it's your personal life, your finances, your relationships, all of those things. Um, that's in my mind, that's huge, and that's to me that's incredibly important.
Yeah.
So I would say that.
Good. Good. Alex?
So honestly, for me, it's probably sense of responsibility, right? One of the things that has stuck with me
Got it.
forever, whenever Dad said it to me, honestly. I'm pretty sure he's had this conversation with all three of us, but
Yep.
finish what you started.
Yep.
Yep.
Dad didn't raise a quitter. So, responsibility, right? And
Right.
kind of tie into what Greg said. It doesn't matter, what's going on in your life, what's happening, how difficult things get, is you pursue, you persevere, you continue, you do whatever you have to do to finish what you started.
Right.
It's kind of one of the reasons why, as crappy as some of this has been for 12 years, I'm still sitting where I'm at. I'm still looking to finish. I'm still looking to retire.
Sure.
Still looking to be done.
Yeah.
As far away as it seems, it's still closer than when I started. But I intend to finish.
That's right. It's good. It's good. For me, it's an honorable character. Um, I think Dad said at one time that, and it stuck with me. Character is who you are when you think nobody else is looking, and our character dictates how we think. It dictates um, what drives us to what we say in response to others. It drives us in what we do in all situations. That's what our character is. And I would hope and pray that my character would be honorable to those in my sphere of influence. We can have manners all day long, but if our character is to turn around and to talk about them afterwards, it doesn't really matter. Dad, you probably had this talk with you guys too, and this is a family channel, and so I won't go into great detail, but there are two things in life that you can lose and never get back. And one of them is your honor, and the other one's your virginity. So there, I said it. But it is what it is.
No, it's good.
You good, brother?
Honor is something that we try very hard. And I know all three of us. I speak for all three of us on this, but honor is something that we try very hard to keep in the forefront of our character. And I think that's what makes a man. That's what makes us who we are. And so thanks to Dad for raising that in us. Thanks for Mom for loving us even through our faults. And thanks to our families who help us to try our best to have honorable character in all of our dealing and all of our living. And so yeah. So gentlemen, thank you for indulging me in that question for this week. I really appreciate it.
No worries.
That's a good question.
I find it funny that your definition was what used to be the nuclear power training definition of integrity.
Really? What's that? Honorable character?
No. So doing the right thing when no one else is looking, right? That used to be what we would tote as the ethos, so to speak, of a nuclear operator. Now it's gotten a lot longer.
Okay.
So a couple of years
someone
ago,
had to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, his name was Admiral Donald. He was the head of NAV-CO8, which is naval reactors, the thing that was founded by Admiral Rickover way back in like the 50s. Yeah, that dude was interesting. But anyway, I could go on to that like all day. But Admiral Donald came out with this thing before he transferred over with Admiral Richardson, who then became the Chief of Naval Operations after his tour. That normally doesn't happen. Nukes don't hold that billet. Usually goes to somebody else, but more often than not, the most senior admiral is the guy who's the Chief of Naval Operations, and then the second guy is the Admiral of NAV-CO8, the nuclear program. But anyway, Admiral Donald came out with this saying for the naval nuclear power definition of integrity, and it's so absolute honesty and trustworthiness and reliability when it comes to naval nuclear power training, maintenance, and qualifications. Putting the nation and the Navy before loyalty to individuals, and then we go on and say, still doing the right thing when no one else is looking. Yeah.
Wow.
It's one of the reasons why they trust us to do what we do and how we do it, is because every single person who's gone through that program has that same mindset at the end of the day. Thank you, Admiral Donald.
Sorry, I'm just trying to write that down. That's some good stuff. Yeah. Thanks, man.
Anytime.
Yeah. The more you know. Yeah.
Reading Rainbow. Reading Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow.
Take a look. It's in a book.
Yep.
You guys are horrible. Let's try to see how many times you can get me to start singing.
And that's a turkey.
Oh, my English friend was really proud of his heritage until he found out that his great grandfather was from Transylvania. Yeah, now he can't even look at himself in the mirror.
Yeah. Yeah.
In a freak accident today, a photographer was killed by a huge lump of cheddar when a huge lump of cheddar landed on him.
Okay.
To be fair, the people who were being photographed did try to warn him.
Cheese.
Cheese!
Cheese.
Cheese!
Mm.
Cheese!
Thump.
Did you hear about the guy who fell into the well?
No.
I found out why it happened. He couldn't see that well.
That's wrong.
So, gentlemen, in my future political career, I want to go on record that I do support farming.
Good.
As a matter of fact, you could call me protractor.
Okay.
Because he's pro farm equipment.
I got you. Yeah.
He's for tractors.
I stopped by the roadside stand that said lobster tails, $2. I paid my $2, and the guy says, "Once upon a time, there was this lobster."
Brilliant marketing.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Once upon a time.
There was this lobster. So my laptop's not up. I'm sorry. I'm not actively looking.
Hey, why is dark spelled with a K?
Because you can't see?
In the dark.
Nah.
The rotation of the Earth really makes my day.
It sure does.
I hadn't heard that one yet. Maybe later.
That's pretty good. Makes my day.
Well, I once debated a flat earther. He got so mad he stormed off, saying he would walk to the edge of the earth to prove me wrong. He'll come around eventually.
No one of those flat earther jokes. They're just gonna hate us even more.
That's alright. There's like 12 people that listen to this.
That's true. It's all family. And then that one guy overseas who's trying to find out state secrets.
Yep.
Nani?
Nani?
I was waiting for it. I didn't know if he was gonna click it or not.
I did, but it's not set up.
Okay. Sadness. So I had a table last night whose bill came out to exactly $420. So I was running around showing all my coworkers, asking, "Does this bill seem a bit high?"
Yeah.
And this is why your bill took so long to reach the table.
Family channel?
Family channel.
Maybe? I don't know.
At a job interview, I filled my glass of water until it overflowed a little. Nervous, said the interview. No, I always give 110%.
Yeah.
Nice. Today, my son asked, "Can I have a bookmark?" I burst into tears. 11 years old, and he still doesn't know my name is Brian.
No.
A blind man walked into a bar,
Oh, no.
and then a table, and then a chair.
Yeah. Glorious. Absolutely glorious.
My wife asked me today if I had seen the dog bowl. I said no, I didn't know he could.
Sorry.
You okay?
I'm good.
Yep.
All right,
Just
here's your
imagine.
interesting fact of the day, boys.
Okay.
In Sweden, all government-owned ships are required to have a UPC code printed on the hull.
Okay.
When the ships are returned to port, it helps them Scandinavian.
Alex, have you not heard that one before?
I have, but it's still funny.
I think he's tired.
I might be a little bit. I'm sorry. I have actually been on a Scandinavian ship before.
Have you really?
Yeah, they have bars.
That's awesome. I know British ships do as well.
The boat has a drinking bar?
Like a drinking bar.
What?
Bar.
Yeah. So everyone in Scandinavia is required to serve 2 years active duty. Like they're required. As soon as you hit 18, you
sure,
serve 2 years.
That's how it is in Israel too.
Anyone who stays past the 2 years gets access to the bar.
What?
Yeah. It's
Wow.
it's one of their perks. You know? So those of us that were walking through with them because they were parked right next to us, probably like 9 years ago. Man. Yeah, like 9 years ago.
Has it been that long?
Yeah.
Daggum.
But they had all sorts of other cool stuff that I can't really tell you on this channel. But
Sure, yeah. They had a bar.
They had a bar, and it was probably the coolest thing. They had like rules and requirements for it. Like you couldn't use the bar, or you couldn't get a drink from the bar if you had like watch within 8 hours or anything else. So most of the guys that you saw were getting off watch and they were rotating in. And no joke, there was a bar. It was like a lounge type area. You could sit down and relax, talk to people, play cards, drink, do whatever. It's crazy.
Wow.
That's legit.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. We should expand, not to get off topic, but we should expand this to do like food cooking and stuff like that. Like just show. I know all three of us are sitting at a computer right now, so it's kind of hard to do that. We'd almost have to go mobile with phones or whatnot. But
I got a laptop.
right. But just kind of let's plan one of these where we make dinner or something. Or something like that, like I think that would
down.
that'd be a cool experiment, I think, for us.
I'll do a brisket.
Well, see, yeah, I'm thinking I'm trying to keep it within an hour, but
Oh no,
yeah.
I'll show you the end of it.
Yeah.
I'll show you guys.
Okay.
I did a venison meatloaf for dinner tonight.
Ooh, nice.
It was awesome.
Was it sus?
It was not sus at all. It was just absolutely amazing.
It's good. No
Well,
fun
I got one more save one just for a good laugh. What do you call a hippie's wife?
Charlene?
Why Charlene?
I don't know. It popped in my head.
Okay. I don't know. Go ahead, Greg.
Mississippi.
That.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
Ba-doom-ts.
I'd play it if you could hear it. But awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that wraps it up for us tonight because homeboy over there has got to get to bed because he's got to be up at dark 30. But yeah, this has been another episode of Brothers in Arms podcast. My name's Patrick. That guy over there.
You're
Did I do it
pointing at
right?
nobody.
There we go. That way.
Yeah, down is Greg.
Yeah, that's Greg. And then the one with the glorious mustache.
Other way.
That's Alex.
Hi.
Aye. Yeah, you can catch us live on twitch.tv/brothersinarmspodcast. We're usually streaming on Sundays, but as I said at the beginning of this episode, life happens, and so we had to bump it up a night. But you can follow us on Twitter at YourBIA Podcast, and you could also find this episode as well as past episodes on our YouTube channel at Brothers in Arms Podcast, all one word. So, anything crazy coming up this week, boys? Anything fun? I got something I'll share with you off the channel because it's personal.
I understand.
But yeah,
I think my mother-in-law's coming in this weekend. Either this weekend or next weekend. Next weekend.
you got the finger of next. Okay.
Next weekend.
Deal. Good
So
deal.
I'm free this weekend. I got duty on Saturday. Then I'm off on Sunday. So
Will you be rested up for next Sunday?
oh yeah, I'll be good.
Okay, cool beans.
I get off in the morning at 7, so I'll come home and sleep, and then I'll get up. We'll be good to go.
Okay, sweet.
I think I'm buying a fish.
Another one.
That's a good plan.
I'm buying the last goldfish.
Ah, the last.
So for our listeners at home, look up a lionhead black ranchu.
Lionhead Black Ranchu. I'm gonna write that down.
Lionhead
I'm
black
look-
ranchu. That is the last goldfish I'm buying unless that guy dies. I'm not joking. I have to have a black moor in that tank. I have to. Those googly eyes, man. Ooh, it's just that's my favorite goldfish. Absolute favorite goldfish. But a lionhead black ranchu it looks like a potato with fins.
It looks like a black potato.
Yep.
Oh, that is an ugly fish.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Wow.
So the guys behind me, right? You have Harry, Ron, and Hermione, and Voldemort, right? With Creature and Dobby in there. You have Mad Eye Moody over there because he got the big old googly eyes. We're gonna get a black ranchu that's bigger than all of them, so he will stay bigger than all of them. He gonna be Hagrid.
Looks like a potato with fins.
He does. Hold on. Wait.
It's glorious.
Let's see if this will let me do this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I need
post
him.
that.
I need him in my life so bad.
Oh
Check.
wow.
Check the Twitch chat.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
He a potato with fins.
Oh my goodness.
So,
That poor fishy.
oh, he looks so funny, and it's glorious. Like he will be a close second as my favorite fish.
This
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't want to stress him out too much, and I want to give Moody in there time to quarantine. But by the time next weekend rolls around, you know, he should be good to go into the big tank. So I'm going to move him downstairs into the big tank. I'm going to put Hagrid in that tank, let him sit for a little bit, and then move him to the big tank. After I move all these guys to the big tank, and then it's time for Jeffrey. All right.
Sounds like a
Jeffrey's
plan.
next.
I'm excited. A lot
Jeffrey
of
Chad.
things.
Jeffrey Chad.
That is an ugly fish, boyo.
Yeah. Look up figure 8 puffin or puffer next time.
Figure 8 puffer. Noted.
Figure 8.
All right. Anything for you, Greg?
Nothing crazy.
Good deal. Same old,
Um,
same old.
Yep. As always, drink water, change socks, take Motrin.
I've had to do that more often this week. Ice and salt or ice and snow not good for me. Not
It-
good for me.
It works.
Oh, if
Nice.
we're doing that, I have to say I called it.
Yes.
Yeah, you
called
did.
it. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, he's referring to the Super Bowl last week.
My Super Bowl prediction.
What a
Mm.
waste of time that was. My goodness. I waited through the whole game like, okay, Mahomes, come on. Come
We
on,
didn't-
Mahomes. Nothing.
I know we're pretty much done, but I will give two things, two short insights from that game. One, football wise, holy cow, Mahomes can put that ball wherever the heck he wants.
Even if he's parallel to the ground.
Even if he is literally flying through the air like Superman, he can throw the ball and nail his receiver square in the face.
Yep.
That was amazing.
Yep.
If he gets some good receivers next year, or if his receivers can actually catch the ball,
he has good receivers.
They were off last week.
No, they were in double coverage last week. That's the problem. Sorry, continue.
So let them be able to catch the ball. Don't. Yeah. Okay, boyo. And then the other one. Did you guys see the Paramount commercials?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. They were stupid for the most part. The only one that made me laugh is I think it was the second one when they were halfway up the mountain and the Muppet had a frozen arm.
Yeah, and he hits it with a golf club.
And he golf clubs that thing. I was all right. So I was sitting at one of our local sports bars watching the game. And when that happened, I bursted out laughing. And I swear everyone in the restaurant stopped and stared at me because they're like, why was that I'm like,
because it hits your moment, man.
Maybe it's military humor, but I died. I was laughing so hard. I thought it was hilarious. It's like, that was perfect.
Yeah.
So anyways, those are my only, we don't really need to talk about the Super Bowl other than that, unless you guys have something else you want to add to it. But those are the two things that popped into my head.
Well, Greg, that commercial made me laugh out loud too, and both my wife and Philip looked at me and went,
"Why was that funny?"
Because that
was hilarious.
You
got Spock down there all, we need to amputate.
Yeah.
And whoever the golfer, I don't remember who it was, just like out of nowhere, wham! It's gone.
The commentators are like, it sliced a little. Yep, good times. Yes, Alex, you called it. Yes, we need to change our socks, take our Motrin, and drink more water. And folks, if you can help it, don't salt anything. Try and scrape off that top layer and let it melt naturally, because the salt is killing everything else around us. There we go. Thank you very much.
There's your environmental piece for the day.
Hey, I try. Oh, good. And by the way, that's an interesting puffer fish, my man. Is yours gonna be circled like that one, Alex? Yep. Okay. Good to know.
They have 2 rows of teeth too.
2 rows of teeth.
So you know,
love them snails.
So they can break through them snails, man.
Escargot. Boy.
Yummy.
Fried taters. All right. Love you guys. Have a wonderful, fantastic week. And stop. And we will talk to you all later. Love you much.
Love you too, bro.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.